What's something you really want your customers to do? Write it in the comments, okay? What's something specific you really want your customers to do? It can be click on this link in an email. It can be buy this. It can be watch this video. It can be watch my lives. It can be come to this webinar, whatever it is. Something you're working on right now that you really want your customers to do. It'll help you if you write this in the comment. Okay, now, I want you to think of when you have been working with a child and trying to help a child do something specific. So I think of teaching my oldest daughter to clear her plate when she was 3 years old and bring it over and put it in the dishwasher. So it's like, okay, we're done eating. Now I want you to pick up your plate, take your silverware off of it. Take your plate. Now carry it flat. Don't let it tip or things will spill on you. Carry it over here. And now reach up and put it on the counter. Excellent. Now go back, get your silverware and your glass and bring it over here and put your silverware here in the dishwasher. No, facing upwards, not downwards, which, by the way, I don't understand why people put things facing downwards in dishwashers. It just doesn't make sense to me. And take your glass, put it in the top. Yeah, very good. Now, meanwhile, I've rinsed off your plate. So here's your plate. Now put your plate in the dishwasher. Oh, that was perfect. Well done. Okay, so notice what I just did with that child. I just not only gave them very specific instructions on what to do, but I gave them step-by-step instructions on what to do. I praised them along the way as they did it. And I gave them, in some cases, even warnings to prevent them from doing it in a way that wouldn't be right. Now, while we're talking about kids, I want you to invite you to remember another thing. Your teacher probably played this game with you in grade school, where they would give you a list of 4 things you had to do. Okay, run over there to the pole holding up the basketball hoop. Touch that, and then go over to the hopscotch thing and step in the 3rd box. Now, then run over to the sandbox, pick up a thing of sand, and put it on the other side of you. Now, run back and touch my hand, and we'll see how fast you can do it. And what happened when you did that? You almost never got it right. Why? Because you weren't listening. And guess what? Our customers are exactly the same way. Especially when it comes time to buy, they're so excited to buy that their brain shuts down. And they stop thinking about what it is you told them to do. That's the reason why you need to do a couple of things. So, calls to action. I'm bridging out from the analogies, the stories, into what we're trying to do here. A call to action is when you ask someone to do something. It needs to be precisely specific. Click this link. Then when they click that link on the next page, it says, fill in this form. Then when they fill in that form, the next page says, put your credit card number here. And so you're walking them through step by step and making it very specific. You're not giving them multiple steps all at once. You're also giving them simple, easy steps that allow them to feel like they are not giving away their firstborn child the very first time they do something. You're giving them step by step by step. So oftentimes when you go to a live event and you're signing up to join a high-end coaching program or something like that, they'll give you instructions. Okay, there's a card in your packet. That card commits you to a $500 non-refundable deposit, and then we will give you further instructions on how you complete your payments. So all you have to do is open that up and fill out that card. Russell Brunson actually does it online. He says, go to this URL right now and fill out the form on that page. Now, take it back and show your phone to the person at the desk, and they'll tell you what to do. So what ends up happening is, now some people would say, but not everyone has a cell phone. But everyone who's going to buy Russell's $25,000 program, I can pretty much guarantee has a cell phone. If they don't, they'll walk to the back of the back desk and say, my cell phone's out of charge right now. I got to figure out how to do this, and they'll help them do that. But notice, it's one step. It's telling them exactly what to do. Also, you probably need to tell them what to do 2 to 3 times in whatever it is that you're asking. So a great example, a friend of mine did a post yesterday, a couple of days ago, where she said, hey, I had an image in the email that said to do this. I finally replaced the image with text that says do this, and all of a sudden people started doing it. Well, it could be that people are browsing their email with their images turned off, which is totally a possibility. But I strongly suspect that what ended up happening was she more specifically told them what to do in the text than she did in the image. Plus, not everyone looks at an image to get instructions. And so what I encourage you to do is to actually have 2 to 3 times in an email where you ask someone to do what it is that you want them to do. Do this, click this link, and make sure you click that link so that you can get this free thing. It's in there 3 times, and by the time they're done, they got, oh, I'm supposed to click that link. I'm supposed to carry my dish over and put it in the dishwasher. They start to get it, but it takes repetition to get there. So I invite you to do a little exercise here. Write in the comments something you want someone to do, and then spend a minute and think of what is the simplest, most direct instruction you can give them to take them to the first step of doing that thing, and write that in the comment too. This will start your brain going in this process, and then you can continue on with the other steps if there's more than one step to get done. And this will be so much more powerful for you as you start doing it now. It'll start to carry through in every call to action you make from now on. Okay? It's just like working with a child. And I know some people will say, but my customers aren't children. Well, they're not. They're smarter than that. But I always assume 2 things about my customers. Number 1, they're way smarter than I think they are. And number 2, they're way less smart than I think they are. And that combination of, I never want to be cloying, I never want to be talked down to them, anything else like that, because I assume they're way smarter than I think they are. But then number 2, I always assume they're not as smart as I think they am, so they need to have specific step-by-step instructions on how to do it. That combination of those 2 things works like crazy. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.